Good evening, this is Cab, here to drive you crazy. And of course, little Miss Cabby is right here for another little album review for another Skeem set of songs. And this guy is just on a tear right now on what he does musically, and this is why I always will recommend it, and everything that I will mention will be in a comment down below, and the link, excuse me. And everything that he shared on this particular little EP, 6 songs he did in one night. So we'll jump straight into it. The very first song is called Run. A very fun song in my opinion. You know, it's a good song to just bump your head to. It's very fun to listen to. I really like, again, how even though this only took one whole night, so there wasn't a lot of time to write down what he was doing. A lot of the stuff is more like a freestyling to it, and then just put it down, audio engineered everything. The beats are not necessarily his, but he kind of adjusted some of it as well, so that way it can be where he likes it and fits into his music style. And personally for me, I'll give Run a 8 out of 10. Again, a lot of the things about it is just the fact that the songs are short, but you can't really blame them for doing all this in, such a short period of time, doing all the lyrics in a short period of time. It came out very well, and I like it a lot. The very next one is called Manic Midnights, which is actually the name of this little EP, the 6 songs out of here. This is song number 2. Again, just another simple, shorter song. This is basically just him explaining, this is what the whole purpose of why he made it. Because during his episodes of depression, he can either, go into a manic persona, which makes you want to be productive. It makes you want to, exert yourself, do something, and this is how he decided to do it. It took him one whole night to be able to produce all 6 songs, and this is just a simple way of putting how if you put yourself into your mindset and say, hey, this is what I like to do and how I can get over the things that naturally bother me by producing and being productive, it will be able to put out something much better. So this one I actually really like. I give this one a 10 out of 10 because it's, again, kind of a shorter song, but it's where the message behind the song really sticks out more than the actual just song itself. So the lyrics to it really makes it that much more important for me to appreciate. The next song is called, Weird Occult, which actually was one of the first songs that I got to listen to when I was back at the hotel when he was actually doing the process of this. He has, and again, I'll share everything if it's available, the links for the availability to watch how he went through and made most of this. It's about 5 hours, so there's a long process to go through, but it's all the songs, and this was the first one I came into, and this one is just his branding right now. He's branding off the hashtag Weird Occult, and to me, this one is a favorite song, I would say, for most of the people who are a part of the Skeem family, the Skeem cults, the members themselves, the people who've been following him. And very good rhyme schemes as well. The very interesting beat change-ups, the flow. It's all very nice. I'll say this one is not going to be like a big standout to a lot of, other people who aren't really a part of the cult themselves, the weirdo cult. So this might not stick out too much for others, but for me, I do appreciate this song being the first one that I got to listening to it all being like shared, and he'll say it too, like he's letting the audience of us be able to listen to the raw materials before any of the beats and everything is all completely finalized, which makes it just that much more interesting for us to listen to. So because of that appreciation, I do give this one as well an 8 out of 10 out of the likiness of it. Here you go. I'll give you this one. The next song is called Afraid I'm Afraid of Me. This one I love. This one I'll just straight up say it's a 10 out of 10 song for me. There is a few references in there that goes back to my days, like growing up in high school and yada 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 like that, where I was an ICP fan, a horrorcore fan, still am in a certain way, but not as much as I used to be. But this one really does show the persona of saying like how he had a video he put out on April Fool's Day called Fool, which was dedicated to Corp's husband. And to that, he actually made it sound like he could really do a horrorcore style very well. And this one just kind of references off onto it. That's why it's a favorite of mine. I always will like listening to this song. Heck, even my wife was like, wow, this one's actually kind of an interesting one. And my wife isn't the biggest fan of Skeem himself, but she does like the songs. She just doesn't really like the character necessarily. But all in all, I still like this one. Again, 10 out of 10 for me. I really like how this album got progressed. I missed out on a lot of it because I was still at a hotel. Wi-Fi over there wasn't the greatest. I really was putting more focus on watching the baby at the time. So to me, I wanted to do what was correct in my wife's eyes. And I'm glad to be able to have this album available. The very next song is called Behind. This is kind of like another right in between of like that horrorcore from the previous song of I'm Afraid of Me, but this one has more of an in-depth again on storytelling, and has more of like a singing kind of portrayal to most of the song. He does go in and give his flow and some good bars right in the middle there, but at the same time, it was the first song that I got to listen to, because unfortunately when I got it downloaded, it went all alphabetical for me. So this was the first song that I picked up on, and the first one that I got to listen to. So I was extremely happy in listening to this song as the first one. I will still go back and listen to this one over and over again, because it's the one that stuck out to me first. So this one I give it actually the 9 out of 10 as my personal favorite. Behind. You got it right there. The very last song, which also just had a music video released today, and again, I will share it all in the link in the description. So this one was called Late Nights, and this one kind of just reflects back to the whole idea of what the Manic Midnight's theme was really all about, really portraying it to say, you know, when you go into these later nights, when you have things on your mind, when you want to try and accomplish things, and there's other little things that go on in your mindset about it, you know, the best way to really overcome it is by just realizing what you can do about it. And that's why, to me, this one really stuck out to a lot of people when he actually did a album review for this one, and I actually love this. It does have a singing portrayal, and again, a lot of the stuff is kind of auto-tuned, so it's not exactly what his vocals can really portray to, but at the exact same time, he has such a range of songs that he goes through. Anything from his rapping to, again, he just released also the Pop Punk is Dead album not that long ago. He has so many different kind of genres that he can go through that it just shows a reason to say he can do a lot of good. And I got you that one now. And that's why for me, this one, even though it's a 6-song album, all done in, as he would describe it, in less, or give or take, 7 hours worth of time, it is an amazing little album that he was able to make, produce, put out, and I can't just say anything more than Thank you again, We Skeem. You always put out amazing music for everyone to be able to appreciate. Again, thank you very much for watching this video as well. Drop a like on it, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button for more content from me. My name is Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy.